Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, join the family. But today we're on episode 11 of our pregnancy journey, and rather than doing like our weekly vlog style, I'm going to round up kind of what we've been up to in the week because it's been quiet, and I wanted to centre the theme of this video around baby names because, well, as you know, we found out in our last video, which was our gender reveal, that we're having a baby girl. Oh, we are on cloud nine. Buzzy and I just like keep looking at each other like, there's a little girl in there, can't believe it. It's just so special. And I mean, it's extra special because I have worn my heart on my sleeve when it comes to my preference and my gut instinct, which was risky, I guess, because who knows how I would have felt if it went the other way. I would have been overjoyed, but I probably would have felt a bit guilty because I actually was calling her a girl before I even knew it. And I promise I did not look in the envelope. I did not have any clue from the scans. I just wanted it to be a surprise on the day, but something kept telling me like, there's a little girl in there. And then I felt bad because I thought, what if it's a little boy and I'm calling you a little girl? I'm so sorry. And it's just so many mixed emotions, but it's a girl. And of course, my lifestyle is super girly, so she's gonna fit right in and have all the makeup she needs for the rest of her life. So as I said, I'm gonna touch on all the baby names that I love. I'm exposing my list, and I've had this list for years, I have to say. So I'm excited to share it with you. I do feel like I have a name, but I'm not going to put her official name out there, or it's not even official yet, that's the thing. So I'm not gonna kind of put that out there until she's born. Because, you know, I just want to look at her and know that that is her for sure. Get me? But I can't lie, I've already been shopping for her. So this week, just as a little roundup, we stayed at home for most of it, and then just yesterday we ventured out, we went shopping. I don't really know what I need.
I'm glad I got that.
I'm just getting carried away now. I'm like, girly things. I bought some clothes. It's so exciting. Girl stuff is really cute as well. Like, boy stuff is cute, and also I love girls that are dressed as tomboys, so I'm gonna mix it up a bit. But I thought I wouldn't like all the bows and the pink, but here I am in pink. All pink everything. But yeah, that was really cute for me and Buzzy to just go out and bond. We had a little breakfast together as well, eat out to help out now and all that in August. So we just went for breakfast and found a cute little spot. Actually, it was called Groundworks, and it's in Hitchin. We're based in Hertfordshire. Hitchin is such a lovely town. So yeah, we went there and had the nicest avocado on toast ever. Oh, this looks lovely. Bon appetit.
Double yolk.
Double yolk. Oh. Yeah. And I've been working really hard on Castaway and Hot Ombre, my two other businesses. So I've got wigs and lipsticks, but we're expanding both of the companies. And yeah, that's just a lot of work behind the scenes, to be honest. Nothing I can really document because we have like products that I can't really talk about yet. Lots of development. So that's kept me busy. And as for the nesting. Nesting. Everyone was like, you're gonna start nesting when you find out if it's a boy or a girl, and I was like, I don't think so. I'll probably just be really super unorganized and not do anything until 3 weeks before she's here. But everyone else was right, okay? I'll give it to you. The clear outs have begun. Out with my clothes, in with hers. The clear outs and nesting have begun. Oh my goodness. Nesty. All I want is just to get her little nursery ready, which I'm excited to document as well. That'll probably be within the next few weeks actually, so of course I'll send to one of our episodes around her nursery. I mean, right now there's literally clothes all over the house. I'm just trying to make space because we have, as you may remember, we've bought another house, which is just insane. Like, what a year. It's all happened at once. But it's really ideal because we'll have that house in the next couple of weeks, which means that we'll have space to move some of the stuff here, there, and then whilst we're renovating that house, we're obviously going to live in our current house here, and we'll just have a bit more space to play with. So, you know, we've got a really lovely size house, but it's just not quite big enough to work from home, both Buzzy and I, and to be full-time parents at the same time. Like, we just need a little bit more space and a little bit more privacy when it comes to like an office and a playroom, just things like that, to make it all very streamlined and just to make our lives easier. But to be honest, that's been a little catch up of my week. Let's move on to baby names, and I've just realised I've got someone to introduce you to. I've got someone to introduce you to. Come on. Oh. Everyone meet. I haven't actually named her yet. Oh, little baby reborn, or Tuesday actually, that can be her name. Anyway, shall I actually tell you what's going on, because this is definitely a doll if you haven't worked that out already. And my mum, bless her, if you know you know, she is an amazing artist, but she actually makes babies. And it's been one of those things that I've put on my stories, and every Christmas I go around to hers and everyone's like, show us the babies, and they're just all over our house. And they're incredible. They're reborns, and they bring a lot of joy to men and women that either have suffered with losses or miss having a little baby, or children that are lucky enough to just get the most real doll you'll ever see. Look at her. Oh my goodness. My mum bought her to our gender reveal. I think she bought a boy as well, and she got out the girl as soon as it was announced. She was so excited. I'm actually going to insert what my mum's reaction was right here. She thought it was going to be a boy, if you couldn't already tell. I think most people thought it was going to be a boy because Buzzy's got a strong boy family, and all of my symptoms were very boy oriented. My bump was apparently a boy bump, all of that jazz. But yeah, this was my present for the gender reveal, so I can practice holding a baby. But let's get into baby names, shall we? And talking of baby names, as I said, this little one I've decided to call Tuesday. And that is because when I was born, my mum wanted to call me Tuesday. So it's not really a name that I've come up with, but my mum wanted to call me Tuesday. I don't know how I ended up being called Chelsea. That's my real name. So my name is Chelsea, Caitlin, Katie, Clarke, all the C's, and that's why I'm Cece Clarke. And everyone calls me Cece, which I kind of prefer to Chelsea. There's so many Chelseas now, it's very common. Tuesday is not common, so why wasn't I called Tuesday? I don't know. I mean, it is a strange name, but there's lots of little girls called Sunday, but I like Tuesday, so yeah. Good one, mum. I'm going to call this little baby Tuesday. I think my mum's business, like the reborn business where she makes the babies, is called Tuesday's Reborns as well. So that is the first one on my list, and we're going to be quirky with this. Like, I like very alternative, strange names. So if traditional is what you like, you're going to hate everything that I am about to list. And actually, whilst we're talking about names that I was almost called, I might as well say the other one that is on my list too, and that is Bunny. I really like Bunny. I don't know why my mum didn't call me that either. It was between Bunny, Tuesday and Poppy and Chelsea, and I think my dad then chose Chelsea. I can't really remember, but they were her names on her list. I don't like Poppy that much. I'm not a Poppy, but a Bunny or a Tuesday, that's great. They're both like good names. So they're on my list, but I won't be using them, I don't think. Okay, let's touch on some unisex names. So this was a name I was 100% sure that I would use for my girl or boy. Like 6 years ago, I think I came up with the name, and I'd not heard one person or animal or anything called it. I just came up with it one day. Obviously, it is from like an old school legend, but at the same time, it's like not really common. And that is Ziggy. I was sure that my little boy or girl, because I like unisex names, I quite like boys' names on girls especially. But yeah, I loved Ziggy, and I just can't believe that Ziggy has become fairly popular. It's still alternative, it's still, you know, different and quirky. Someone I knew that I really didn't expect them to call their son's name Ziggy, and they did, and I was like, wow. And then my friend has a dog, called it Ziggy, and I'm like, That's crazy. So that's on my list, but it's definitely not going to be used. Like 100% that ship has sailed. But I love the sound of like Ziggy. I like Iggy names. So Iggy is also on there for a boy or girl. Tiggy, I like Tiggy too. Or Tiggs, like Tiggz. So I love all of those names, and I do really think they suit a little boy or a little girl. Also on my list I have Banks. I like that for a girl or a boy as well, unisex. Banks isn't that unusual, I don't think, but yeah, I really like it. The next one is quite different though, and that is Onyx. I just think it's really cute, like Onyx. I really like it. And yeah, it's after like a black stone, which is really nice. But I have heard a couple of other people mention that name, not about people, but just about names that they like. So it's obviously a name that people are aware of, and it's probably going to be a bit like a Ziggy, and lots of people will start naming their babies Onyx. I really like the name Wild for a boy or a girl, just Wild. But it's a surname of quite a lot of people, but I like it as a first name. That would be cute. So my husband's surname is Seeger. My surname is Seeger. I use Clarke still a lot of the time, but yeah, so it needs to sound good with Seeger. So I'm like Chelsea Seeger or CC Seeger, and that just like works. But yeah, Wild Seeger. That is nice, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I really like the name Moody. Super random, but I really like the name Moody. And I really like the name Rex, but that is super common. I remember hearing that like 10 years ago, someone I knew called their little boy Rex, and Rexes just pop up everywhere now. So, sorry, my cat is like making some weird snorting noises. So now let's move on to girls' names, and I mean, a lot of these names, they've been on lockdown for so long, my little list is being exposed. They are very quirky, and I do feel like I don't like the idea of naming my little girl and my children anything that someone already has. Like, I just want there to be one of my child. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate it when there's loads of Chelseas. I'm like, I want to be the only Chelsea. I haven't met many other CCs, so that's why I like CC. So we'll stick with CC. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, that's why also I really don't want to say the name that I think she's going to be out loud, because someone will have a story about someone they knew that had that name, and I just think, oh, I don't want it to put me off because there's a story behind it, and I just think that's more important to me now than her being the only one in the whole world. But when I think of names, I prefer for them to just be really unique and just to be the only one like that. One of a kind, but it's really hard because, you know, there's only so many names and so many letters in the alphabet and so many things we can make up. So let's move on to the girls' names anyway. And the first name on my list that I love is Luxie. It's so cute, Luxie. But I wouldn't use it because I do know someone that has a little girl called Lux, and that's my friend Lou Teasdale. I don't know if you follow her. She's got a very big following though, and her girl's gorgeous. She's the only one I've ever heard of though, and I love names like that, like Luxie and Trixabelle. I love that name as well. My friend Natalie's nickname used to be Trixabelle at college, and then there's another little girl that I know called Trixie. That's just become again like an unusual popular name, but love those names. And another name I love that's along those lines is Pixie. So cute, Pixie. I always used to get called Pixie because my little ears are like pixie ears, like little pointy pixie ears. I like the name Pixie-Moon together as well. Pixie-Moon, that's really cute. I just can't believe that I'm just telling you all of my baby name list, but you're probably like, oh, that's weird anyway. I don't like it, but I really don't like traditional names. Like, each to their own. The next name I like is Dusty. I just think it's cute, Dusty. And another name I love is Bambi. I have met quite a few Bambis though, but it's more like their nickname. And that's one thing I love. Like, if you think that they're gonna have a nickname of such and such, just call them that name. I hate it when people are like, oh, this is my daughter Skylark, but only call her Lark. It's like, but why call her Skylark? Just call her Lark. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing, you do have to be aware of every single nickname that they're gonna be given, because trust me, if you think you've thought of everything, you haven't. They'll be called something like associated with that name that sounds odd, and you're like, oh, I don't like that. Love the name Peaches or Peach. It's just cute. Love it. I think there was a Peaches or Peach on You. Did anyone watch that? The really freaky series on Netflix. Yeah, it was Shay Mitchell. She's had a little baby as well. She was called Peach, I think. But yeah, I really love that. Oh my gosh, this was the name that I thought I was going to call my little girl shortly after Ziggy was like a write-off. And then it became a write-off again because I've just heard of my friend's friend. I don't know them personally, but they've called their little girl it. And I was like, I've never heard any other little girl called this. And I am sad to say this out loud because honestly I really love this name, but I'm never going to use it because someone else has got it, and that is Goldie. I love that name and it's been on my list for a long time and it's just beautiful. Gold is like my favourite colour as well. Again, it's just like my closest friends are friends with this person, I think, that's just called their newborn Goldie. I love it, but for that reason it's not going to be Goldie. Goldie's a bit of a dog's name as well. I do know a couple of dogs called Goldie, but that still didn't put me off. In fact, you're probably like, these are pet names, not human names. But I actually prefer pet names for humans, so sorry about that. I love names like Wolf and Hawk and all of that. They're not on my list because they've become really common. I really love animal names. This was a suggestion by a follower actually in my comments, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to put that on my list. I really like it, but I'm not going to use it, and that is Lyric, because I'm all about like music and songs. I'm a singer, and I just thought Lyric is really cute, but it's not nicknamey enough for me. Like Lyric, Licky. Ooh, Licky. I don't think she'd ever be called Licky, but Lyric, yeah, I really like Lyric. We've got just a few left, and the next one is Kiki. Love Kiki. Cece and Kiki. It just didn't really stick, I don't know. And it reminds me of, I think it's Khloe Kardashian too much. Oh, I really like this name. This was suggested to me by one of my friends, and it was kind of already on my list, but just with a different spelling, and that is Azura. But it's too posh for me, Azura. It's beautiful, and it means like blue, I think, and she is no doubt going to have the bluest eyes, but Azura, I think it's a couple of celebrities that have their little girls that are called Azura, and just for that reason it put me off a bit. And she'd end up being called Zura or Zuri, and I don't like them as much. And again, Zuri is quite a popular name. It's beautiful, but we're not going to use it. And I also like the name Azalea. Yeah, that's on my list. Oh, I really like Zizi as well, but it's too similar to Cece. Zizi and Cece, it's a bit odd, isn't it? And last but not least, this name I've loved for so long, ever since a producer I worked with called John said that his Japanese wife was named this, and that is Mitzy. And it's so cute, Mitzy. But I just feel like there's not a Mitzy in my belly. So that is the last one on my list, and wow, I've given you everything. Apart from her potential actual name. Love that I've just held a baby, a fake baby, throughout this whole video. But you get the gist, guys. I like unusual names. Not the run-of-the-mill names that people keep suggesting to me, and I'm like, no! I love endearing, kind of nicknamey names. Let me know if you have similar taste to me, or if I'm just a bit weird. But I feel like people are being a bit more out there these days. And years ago, when I was like saying names that I liked, I think when I was at school I used to say, I'm going to call my little daughter Rainbow or Miracle. People were like, what? But now anything goes. Cloud, Lemon, Apple. Oh, I really like the name Kitty too. But let me know what names you love in the comment section below. I really do look forward to eventually doing the name reveal when she's born. I just need to meet her to 100% know what her name's going to be. And I really want to do the reveal properly and tell you the story behind it and everything, and make sure that she comes into this world safely before anything, because pregnancy is no joke. Childbirth is like no joke. It's the riskiest thing a woman could probably ever go through. It can be life-threatening, and it's scary. And I don't understand why some women don't really get their mind and body ready for it. Like, you don't go and run a marathon without training for it. So it blows my mind that people won't kind of train their body and learn about every aspect of what's happening throughout labour, how to breathe, how to kind of know what aspects to prepare beforehand. You know, some people pump up the below to make it bigger and wider for when the baby comes. Some people use oils, some people do hypnobirthing. I just think each to their own, and you've got to make sure that you're comfortable, but make sure that you know everything about the possibilities and what your body is going to go through on Labour Day. Because it's going to be the most important day of your life. I mean, I want to be ready for it, and knowledge is power to me. So I'm going to be training for my birth, and I'm going to do a video all about that. Don't get me wrong, things don't always go to plan, but that's even more of a reason to be mindful of everything that could go wrong, and then what happens if it does, etc. But I do have an ideal picture in my head of what it's going to be, and it's probably going to be nothing like that. But all I can do is my best beforehand to make sure that I'm prepared for my plan A, and then I'm also in the know of plan B, C and whatnot if it gets to that. I just want her to arrive safely and for her to be healthy, for us both to essentially survive childbirth. So good energy and just positive thinking and preparation is key for me. For all of us, but I just feel like for me that is something I'm going to work towards. I haven't even been through childbirth yet, but my respect goes out to every single mother out there that's been through it. You're already a hero in my eyes, and I don't even know what's going to hit me yet. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this little catch up and my baby names video. I feel like I've just opened up my little treasure chest. It might not be to everyone's taste, but it's my little secret list in my notes that I've just told you about. So there you go, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe and subscribe. Leave me a little comment below. Of course, I'll be reading through all of the names that you like. Let me know your name as well, because often your usernames aren't necessarily what your real name is, and I love to get to know you all. But that is it from me and Baby Tuesday. Say goodbye. Say a little wave. Oh, a little bracelet, so cute. I can't believe that this is going to be my baby in a few months' time. 3 months left, guys. But anyway, we're going to go off to bed now. This one has been very good, but it's past her bedtime. She needs her feed, and I can't even take myself seriously with this. See you on the next one, my beauties. Love you lots. Mwah. Bye.